Hi everyone, welcome back to the best recapped movie. Resident Evil: Retribution is the sequel to the fourth part of the series of Resident Evil films, which was made in 2012 in action and horror. After rescuing the survivors in Arcadia, Alice is attacked by Umbrella's people. She survived this attack and continues to rise with the help of her new team against the Red Queen, who has mobilized all her forces to destroy the world. Stay with us until the end of the movie. Spoilers ahead. In the beginning, Alice, the main character of the film, presents a report about past events in the form of a recorded video. She was working as a security force in a company called Umbrella, which was active in making environmental weapons. Still, suddenly, the T-virus spread there and killed everyone after it infected, but the problem was that they were not dead. She was finally able to get out of the hive of the underground complex of Umbrella. During the events that she encountered, she tried to help the survivors in any way possible because she had extraordinary strength that was due to the adaptation of the T-virus through injection into her body. The head of Umbrella, Albert Wesker, tried to take these supernatural powers from her by injecting her with a substance. Still, again, he failed in front of Alice until she thought that everything was over, but as if she had to fight to survive once again. In continuing the attack on the ship to arrest her, Alice defends herself by shooting at her enemies. In this conflict, one of the enemy planes falls on the ship's deck, and an explosion occurs. Alice falls into the water, and while she is drowning, she wakes up in her bedroom sometime later and everything goes strangely. She seems to be married and even her appearance changes. Her husband is none other than Carlos, and they have a deaf daughter named Becky. After eating breakfast, Carlos is getting ready to go to work when suddenly a zombie attacks him. Alice and Becky take refuge in one of the rooms to save their lives and are forced to escape from the roof and finally run away from the house with a lot of stress. The city is in chaos, and zombies are attacking everywhere. Still, they get away with the help of one of his friends named Rain, but it doesn't take long before their car overturns in an accident. Alice and Becky get out of the car and take refuge in a house, but zombies still threaten them, so they go to the bedroom upstairs and hide in a closet there. A zombie finds out about their presence in the closet, and Alice, after expressing her love for her daughter, attacks the zombie and fights with him. In this conflict, Alice throws the zombie from above and stops him. Still, suddenly, her husband, who also turned into a zombie after being infected, kills her. She wakes up in a large room that belongs to Umbrella, and it seems that all this happened was a simulation because the original Alice, who fell in the water, is now imprisoned in this high room. Her friend Jill Valentine, who is controlled by a spider on her chest and has no understanding of her past, interrogates Alice by torturing her with ultrasonic waves. Suddenly, after some time, the security system there unexpectedly fails. A drawer equipped with a set of Umbrella military uniforms opens for her. After wearing the clothes, Alice goes out of the exit door that was opened. Jill and her team are ordered to stop her and activate a deadly laser grid in the hallway where Alice was. She has no choice but to escape. Fortunately, the door she runs towards opens, and she enters the city. From there, a voice announces that the Tokyo phase has begun. After normalizing the dimensions of time and space, a zombie girl bites one of the citizens. After that, the zombies attack the city, and it opens again in the corridor from which Alice escaped, and Alice runs there to save herself from the zombies. She engages with a large number of them. Using the unique features of her strength and speed, which were formed by the interactions of the T-virus in her body, she can destroy all of them. After destroying many of them, a large crowd of zombies attacked her and she luckily escaped through another door that opened in the corridor. In the central control section of Umbrella, she sees many agents who have already been killed. Then, a box of weapons comes up, which makes her happy. As soon as she is about to arm herself with this equipment, Ada Wong comes from behind, and Alice confronts her, but she says she no longer works for Umbrella and Wesker. At this moment, Wesker explains to her through the monitors that he was the one who saved Alice from that cell. Ada, one of his people, also tells Alice that she enabled Wesker to break into the system to save her. However, Alice does not trust them and is not convinced and asks him to tell the reason for helping her. Weskier also explains that the human race is facing extinction and they need her. He asks Alice to work together against the Red Queen. He then informs her that Tokyo was just an exact reconstruction that Umbrella used for virus weapon tests so that she could sell it to the Chinese. In addition, Umbrella made accurate simulations of the cities of New York and Moscow so that by testing viral weapons, it could sell them to Russia and the United States to make a big profit. After hearing this, Alice is determined to cooperate with him. Still, as soon as she decides to run away, Weskier explains that the Umbrella base is in an old submarine located by the Soviets, which the Umbrella Corporation owns. Now, Umbrella has expanded it to do his experiments, and because of this, it is impossible to escape from there. However, he has a plan for their escape and has sent a strike team from the surface to help them escape. Leon S. Kennedy is the leader of this team, and they plan to make it possible to escape from there by exploding the ventilators there. Sergei uses his expertise to break into Umbrella's security system. He opens one of the air ducts, and Leon reminds them that they only have 2 hours to get Alice and Ada out of there, and then the support force arrive. Barry Burton and Luther West, members of the task force, are also determined to complete this mission successfully. After Alice's escape, Jill realizes that there is a traitor in the company and learns that it was Ada who killed the security guards. On the other hand, the group prepares to enter the building, and Leon warns that the building must be destroyed at the end of the mission. Inside the building, Weskier informs Alice and Ada that they are now being chased by Jill, whom the Red Queen's AI controls, and that she is determined to capture Alice or kill her if possible. In this case, Weskier has designed an escape route for them, which he brings to the strike team after passing through New York. He advises them to hurry when suddenly the Red Queen retakes control of the system and tells them that they die down here.
I've heard that before.
After getting down from the elevator and killing some Umbrella agents, Leon and the group infiltrate the building and encounter the largest nuclear submarine built by Russia that Umbrella now controls, while the Red Queen is watching them every moment. After Alice and Ada enter the simulated city of New York, the Red Queen activates the biological hazards there.
Activate biohazard.
As a result of which 2 giant zombies with thick axes appear and attack them. Shooting at them cannot stop them, and it seems they are facing a difficult situation. One of them throws his axe at Alice and accidentally hits a gasoline tanker, and the other one wants to kill Ada with heavy blows from the axe. Alice, however, attracts the attention of both of them. After their axe gets stuck in the taxi car, they destroy both of them in a terrible explosion by shooting at the gas station of the car. After that, their route passes through Moscow, so the Red Queen prepares to attack them. The group also encounters an army of armed zombies in the countryside, and Barry is shocked to see them. An armed conflict begins between them in such a way that they are even armed with guns and RPGs and are advancing strongly, and the large number of zombies forces them to retreat. On the other hand, Alice and Ada arrive on a date, but the group is late and then Alice notices movements in the building next door. After examining the house, she finds the test sample of herself dead and lying on the ground. She goes upstairs to check this, and after opening the closet door, she gets stuck with a zombie and kills her. Becky sees her and says that she is hiding as she promised and hugs Alice. Before Becky gets ready to leave, Ada tells Alice that she's just a test specimen and she shouldn't get emotionally involved. Anyway, they leave the house, and a team consisting of Carlos, Rain, Juan, and others led by Jill Valentine confronts them and asks her to surrender. At first, she shows that she has surrendered, but it is not so, and with the help of Ida, they take refuge behind the wall. Jill and her team shoot the whole house with bullets, and in front of Alice and Ada, they also shoot at them. Ada gives Alice an effective weapon and glasses that show the way and asks her to move towards Moscow as soon as possible. After Alice leaves, Rain fires an advanced multi-directional bullet at Ada. Still, she saves herself from death by shooting around her on the ground. Alice also escapes with Becky and enters the subway station, where they see Rain's experimental sample, who, as a citizen, seems to have survived the accident that happened to her in the past. After a little conversation, Alice gives her a gun and leaves Becky to her. She tells Becky to wait there and promises that she will return to her. then she starts towards Moscow when she hears the sound of shooting. On the other side, Leon, who has lost some of his people, retreats from there to another way, and a little later, Sergei is killed by a giant licker. Their shooting at him doesn't work until Alice rides a car at a high speed and hits him. She immediately asks them to get into the car and run away. After a short while, the armed army of zombies disturbs them again. They are chasing and shooting at them, getting closer to their car every moment, and Leon and Barry are shooting at them from behind the car. Alice alertly neutralizes their RPG shot, and the fight continues until the entrance of the subway station. The giant licker gets closer to them every moment. Again, Alice, with her ingenuity and smartness in driving on the path of the tunnel below, causes the columns to fall and debris to fall on the giant licker, thus stopping him. They catch up with Becky and Rain, and Becky tells Luther that Alice is her mother. After that time passes quickly, and they must escape as fast as possible. Alice finds the way out of the tunnel with the help of the glasses given by Ida, and suddenly, it seems that Licker is still alive. They continue through the tunnel, and after that, they reach the submarine through a ladder. Before they escape, the Red Queen activates the biohazards by cutting off the electricity of elevator. When they want to leave with the elevator, an electrical problem prevents them from leaving. Luther examines the elevator system and says that it is not possible to activate it without access to the security codes. At this moment, Licker attacks Barry and steals Becky after killing Rain. After this incident, Alice decides to save Becky, but Leon stops her and advises her that she is wrong. However, she is determined by her decision and asks him to get out of her way. Luther plans to accompany her, but at this moment, Umbrella agents shoot at him and injure him. Jill is again under the control of the Red Queen in front of them, and shooting starts from both sides. Luther asks Alice to save Becky and stays with the group to support the group, and after that Alice makes it to the Licker's hideout, but it seems that she, too, has been shot and wounded. She continues on her way and sees Becky trapped, so she flies with the help of the throwing gun that Ada gave her and kills Licker with targeted shots to his head. Fortunately, she saves Becky and takes the explosive weapon of a trapped and dead Umbrella agent from the cell next there. Barry, who is seriously injured, asks Leon to take himself to the elevator with Luther, then he decided to stand alone in front of them. After they leave, Jill threatens him with holding Ada hostage and asks him to surrender or they will kill her. He surrenders to them after lighting his cigarette, and one immediately shoots at him. While it seems that Barry is killed, he suddenly grabs his falling gun, and this time, he shoots at one, kills him by shooting him in the heart, but in the end, he is killed by Carlos' continuous shots. After that, Alice and Becky arrive at a silo full of her own and other experimental samples, which Becky is completely confused about her mother's diagnosis after seeing. At this moment, another Licker attacks them from above. Once again, Alice saves herself and Becky by releasing an explosive bomb and escaping with a throwing weapon. On the other hand, Leon and Luther are still in the conflict, waiting for the countdown to activate the bomb at the ventilators when finally, a terrible explosion occurs. As a result of this incident, all the infrastructure of the Umbrella base there is destroyed, and the elevator is also raised by the force of the explosion. Alice and Becky join them, and after making it to the frozen surface of the sea while riding a military tank, Leon asks them to rest until backup arrives. At the same time, cracks are seen on the frozen sea surface, and the tank deflects and overturns them, which seems to be an Umbrella submarine. After making sure of Becky's condition, Alice, with both of them, leaves the tank and sees Jill, who captured Ada with the help of Rain while they get off the submarine. To increase his power, Rain injects a parasite called Las Plagas into her neck and knocks Ada to the ground with one blow. Here, a full-scale conflict is formed between Alice and Jill, and on the other side, between Rain and the two of them. Rain has become so strong that they cannot stop her in any way, and Alice is trying to defeat her, but she is injured and weak. Finally, after a heavy struggle, Jill grabs Alice's neck, and the Red Queen orders her to destroy Alice's project. She, who does not have the power to stop her, removes the Umbrella spider from Jill's chest and throws it, and Jill also falls to the ground. But the Umbrella spider quickly moves towards her, and Alice is forced to shoot and destroy it. On the other hand, Rain kills Luther with a fatal blow to his heart and knocks Leon to the submarine with increasing force. After seeing this, Alice quickly runs towards her to kill her. Still, she falls to the ground with another fatal blow from Rain. While it is difficult for her to breathe, she pushes away some snow and realizes that the sea is full of zombies. Jill, who remembers her past and their friendship by picking up the spider, throws her gun at Alice. This time, Alice shoots around Rain and throws her into the water pit, and many zombies attack her and take her down to under the sea. Leon helps Ada and hugs her, and as backup arrives, Alice collapses from her injuries. The support plane takes them to Weskier's base, where the White House is almost destroyed, and as soon as they get there, Alice enters his room to meet him. Suddenly, Weskier injects a cell into her neck, and she falls to the ground. Weskier informs her that he gave her back the powers he took from her in the past by injecting her with this substance because he needs her, and she has things to do. After that, he explains to the group that the Red Queen has decided to destroy all living things on Earth. Now, they must unite against a single enemy and says that this is the last stand of human resistance. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel.